The Messianic line. The genealogical line through which the Jewish Hebrew Messiah was to come was ethnologically black. This is demonstrable through the implicit blackness as well as through specific black persons who appeared in this line. The Messiah was to come through the line of Judah. Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 49, verses 8 through 12. Judah married Canaanite wives. One of these wives was named Bathsheba and the other Tamar. Both these wives were Canaanite. Genesis 38 verse 7, 1 Chronicles 2 verses 3 and 4. The Messianic line continued through Tamar by a son named Perez, Perez. According to 1 Chronicles 2 verse 1, we gain a picture of Judah's descendants through Tamar. One son of Judah through Tamar was Perez. Verse 4, who was the father of Hezron. Verse 5, who was the father of Ram. Verse 9, who was the father of Aminadab, who was the father of Nashon. Verse 10, who was the father of Salma, who was the father of Boaz. Verse 11, who was the father of Obed, who was the father of Jesse. Verse 12, who was the father of David. Verse 15. Thus the family tree of David back up to Judah was affected by explicitly black Tamar the Canaanite. From this point, the Davidic line can be traced through his linear descendants: Solomon, Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Joram, Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Manasseh, Amon, Josiah, and Jeconiah. Matthew 1 verse 6 to 11. From this point, which is the time of the Babylonian exile, the line of David continues right through to Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom Yahushua was born, who is called Messiah. Matthew 1 verse 16. According to Zephaniah 1:1, the Hezekiah mentioned above was the great-great-grandfather of the prophet Zephaniah. This is important information because this Hezekiah was the 14th king of the southern kingdom of Judah, the kingdom through which the Messianic line continued. Zephaniah says his father was named Cushai, son of Gedaliah, son of Amariah, son of Hezekiah. Chapter 1, verse 1. Thus the Messianic line proceeding from Hezekiah contained a pronounced degree of blackness, demonstrated in the Cushite ethnicity of Zephaniah's father. That's something to think about. All praises to the Most High.